Hey guys, what is up? Slappy here, playing some more Creativerse on the Project Singularity Creativerse server. And today we're trying a different recording thing. Last episode got all screwed up with OBS, so today I'm trying something different. So we'll see how that goes. Let's take a look at what we're working with, because today is kind of our last day to work on it. I say that because this is the last episode before Halloween, so I would like to get it done, but I'm a little low on time because I've had to figure out a bunch of stuff with the computer. So we might be working on our haunted house past Halloween, which would be an interesting thing. Anyway, 7:30 in the morning, bright and early in this beautiful Creativerse world. And you can see not much has changed over here. This was, I think, pretty good to begin with. I've added some trees in the distance. I think it could use a few more. I've just added low ones, just low trees in the distance, just to kind of fill up that gap. Something that's kind of important. Excuse me. Something I think that's kind of important when you're talking about kind of trying to narrow things in is these little trees. You can see, like, we got the tall trees, but the little trees kind of fill in that background and make it feel a bit more enclosed. So I've been putting those, kind of sporadically. And yeah, oh, I've also done the river. So the river's all gunked up. It looks okay. I'm not crazy happy with it. I do think it gives it some texture down there. I've also added more leaves around the outside and, some more trees and whatnot. I think it looks better. I'm still not crazy happy. I do kind of wish it was the bog water, but you know what? We couldn't have asked for a better area. This is coming along really cool. So we go across the bridge, and I've added these. I was thinking about putting a light on them, but then I thought it's kind of cooler without a light. So a lot of planting trees. They all kind of grew, and stuff later. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I do think we got to add a bit more kind of foliage and dead grass and whatnot, but I think it's pretty good. These trees grew, which is really nice. I planted a bunch of them. You could tell, like, before this was basically nothing. It just had this white tree. Now we have all kinds of other trees, which is going to be cool, and it also still maintains this clearing where today we're going to build a house. Of course, the haunted house is going to be right here, and yeah. Guess we might as well get started on that. So this was the outline I made last episode. Not 100% sure I'm going to follow it. Now the thing was, I wanted like a 3-wide porch in the front. So anyway, I think I'm just going to get building sort of off camera, and then we'll come back and check it out. And I think that'll just be the easiest way to start this off. So let me grab some blocks and start building. Alright, well, I'm just playing with some stuff, trying to figure out kind of how I want this. I think I want the roof for the first level at this height here, like one above that, where I guess the floor would start on the next level. But it's kind of tricky because I'm trying to get like a facade. But I think that's the wrong way to go about this build. I think starting with the facade will end up being too complicated. So I think what I'm going to try and do is get an interior layout done, and then we'll worry about some of the other stuff. I've been using this wood flooring as the flooring kind of everywhere, which I'm not 100% sure about. I think it'll work a lot of places. Also, this block is lovely, except like it's hard to... yeah. Hard to kind of maneuver in a way that both sides look good. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to try and lay out the interior of the house, and then we'll worry about the exterior of the house sort of after that. I think would be a good play, because as you can see, I'm not doing very well on the exterior of the house, so why not try the interior and then kind of create from the inside out is my new play. Alright, slight update. This has taken a while. I think I got my floors, where the stairs are laid out. So we got one pair of stairs going up here. We're going to have sort of this shape so that we're going to have kind of a little look over. So you can see down a touch. We're going to have mirror rooms right here. And yeah, we got a staircase going up here. And then I also put a little jolly down to the basement. Now, one thing I will say about this, and I've mentioned it with these blocks before. I love that you can rotate them around and have really cool things. My issue with that being, they often make one of the sides kind of unusable. Like, this face is cool to have, but it's very hard to hide when you're building with the block. So, yeah. Anyway, that's that. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have kitchen, dining room back here somehow. And maybe like an area to go off in the back. This side, no idea. This side, no idea. This room, I kind of wanted bookshelves. I think bookshelves are creepy. Bookshelves are creepy. Up here, we're going to have sort of bedrooms along the back and stuff. I think my next step is I'm going to lay out all of the flooring. I'm just going to put down all of the flooring and then we'll try and get walls up. So I'm just going to build 2 large rectangles of floors and then we'll put walls on top of them and try and subdivide the rooms and go from there. Yeah, next step. All right, this has taken a while, but let's take a peek at it. It looks kind of weird at the moment. But I got kind of 1/4 of the room done. We got this dining room here, which I think looks really nice. I used some of the weep wood. I used some stairs. I think it's actually quite a lovely little room. We'll put some tables or something. Let's see what tables we have, actually. So we got the plain wood tables. We got stone tables. Let's try a stone table or 2. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. How many of these can we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is what I want. Does this look like one large table now? Kind of, right? Should these be on the other end, though? I think I preferred them on this end. All right, well, that's a large table. What about some chairs real fast? Man, this is a weird thing to build because I'm not. Ooh, or do I want the stone chairs? Why don't we craft one of each and see. So stone chair. Okay, and wood chair. Probably the stone chairs, right? Okay. Stone chairs. Let's craft a few of them. Man, I'm so happy they added a search feature. So nice. 1, 2, 3 is all I can make. Okay. And we'll space them out like so. So, cute little dining room. Let's make like 1 chair missing. Like back here. Yeah, okay. I did turn all these lights off, but for some reason the lighting stayed, which kind of bugs me. Anyway, yeah, so that's the dining room. Back here is where the kitchen is going to be. Haven't had a roof on it yet. I keep having to make more of this wood floor. But yeah, this is going to be a tiny little kitchen. You know what we can do is move these. Move these back there because these are kind of kitchen-like things. So we'll probably put the ovens at the back. We need a second forge, I think would work well. Bedrock, oh my goodness. Something like that, maybe some shelving. It would probably work better with stone slabs. Yep. Okay, so we need a second furnace. What can we use as a fridge type thing? Well, you know what? Let's just do what we do with Minecraft. No. That doesn't work. Fridge-like thing. What blocks do we have on us? Snow. It's a bit bright. Like, it almost kind of worked, but it's a bit too bright. Yeah, okay, another forge, and I think we've got a workable kitchen. Alright, I'm kind of doing this quickly because I would usually spend more time kind of get details, but I kind of want to get this done before Halloween, and yeah. So let's continue work. I still haven't got all the floor on. I kind of got distracted by building those rooms, but you know what? That's fine. I gotta make some more flooring, and yeah, so I'll see you guys with another progress update when I do something more. Okay, one, I can put the new forge in. Where's this forge? Let's go. I don't know why I decided to, like, you know what? Oh, I can't. This room's staying lit, even though I turned these off, so I'm not sure what to do about that. Uh-oh. Come on, Fraps. I'm trying Fraps. I used to record with Fraps, and then OBS was a little bit better, and I think they just alternate. They're like, you know what? This week, he's going to have to use me. And anyway, I've learned these lights. I've turned these lights off. They still remain on. I've got the doorways in place here. I'm liking the stairs for like some decorative detail. But yeah, so we got kind of this entryway. Up here, we got this going on. I also am really digging this room. I think it's really cool. I wish these didn't glow so much. That's like my only issue with this room, is that these glow. But you know what? I'm digging this room a lot. I think we got to use more of the stone. I kind of wanted to use more of the stone in the basement. I wanted the basement to be really cool, but we're running low on time. I'm not entirely sure we'll be able to do too much in the basement. So we got to commit some work to this. So another big issue I'm having is I don't really want this to be this size. Like, look at the size of this window. It is massive, and I don't particularly want that, but I do think it looks a little strange to kind of have this go over more. Let's see. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think that's a touch strange. I guess the other thing is to break it into smaller windows, which I don't really want to do either. Anyway, I got to figure that stuff out, but yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little progress update, and you can see what it looks like at night. It's pretty neat. So the rooms back here are going to be very small. These ones, they're going to be très petites, and then we're going to have sort of bigger ones along the side. I'm thinking the wall is going to be kind of around here, something like this. We're going to use stone up here because I think it just gives a cool vibe. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, bang, bang, bang. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit of room up here to kind of come and look over. And then I think we're actually going to separate it here as well, which is going to be kind of a room that looks out over the front of the house. So yeah, that's what's going to be up here. And then I really want to do some creepy stuff in the basement with like the electronics, the machines. So maybe we'll do that after Halloween. But for now, I'm going to continue putting up walls and things. And yeah, watch this. I found this out. These guys will chase you. Oh, he's not going to. They'll chase you and just wait until you like get up from your sleep to attack you. It's really funny because they just wait by the foot of your bed. It looks like a little doggy. It's cute. Anyway, yeah, more work to be done. All right, let's take a little tour of what I've done. Okay, my keyboard is being strange. This room, not much, but some stuff. So I was thinking we might just close off this side entirely. I'm not entirely sure I want to do that, but let's just do something like that. Yep, okay. So I want blocks right here. Why don't we move this chair right back into that? Just some bookshelves and a chair. It's kind of creepy, actually. Like, it's off-putting that that's all there'd be, you know what I mean? I'm using these stairs to just like hide these little holes, which is working kind of well actually. Let's just get the vibe of this room. It looks like there was like a fight. It looks like there was a bit of a tussle. It's just nothing here. Looks like there was a bit of a tussle, which is kind of cool. We're going to extend this back. I'm kind of out of wood at the moment, but this is pretty cool. We got to do something with the windows, but I'm not sure what yet. And then we need... I wish the corners of the stairs connected. Apparently they did a survey recently where they were asking what blocks people want stairs and stuff of, which I didn't actually know about until sort of Walden told me, and then I kind of missed it. And whatever. But, okay. Yeah, the front's a little terrible, obviously. But we'll work on that again after. For now, I kind of want to get the innards done. So up here, we've got kind of this vibe. It's going to be kind of this. It's going to be this. And I think that's good. And, yeah, I think I might start actually putting on the roof at some point soon, because I have a ton of the roof blocks, and I think that'll be a big part of the house, so I think that'll be good. I love this room back here. Anyway, I just want to do one last thing here. Let's just put on the last of that floor for this room so you guys can get the vibe. Slowly but surely finishing up rooms, and then sort of it's funny when you finish up a room like this, the other rooms kind of come together around it because, you know, this one's already done. So, yeah, okay, creepy. Cool. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to take a stab at the roof. I think that will go a long way towards this house. So let's just do it. So that's how high the roof comes up if we do it to the center, which I think is okay. Oh, actually, it goes up, I guess, too higher. I'm not sure how I ended up doing this, but yeah, that's a decent height. It's pretty tall. Pretty tall, pretty pointy. Not entirely sure I'm into it, but we'll try it and see. I'll build up the other side. We'll kind of see where it meets, but it's going to be pretty large. Well, that is a large, large roof. That's very high up. That's very high up. Yeah, that's very, very high up. Let's see. So I can't really take it in further. The only thing you can really do is like round off the top. That's really the only alternative to the current way it is to round off the top and not have it like with a point. So, I don't know where we would. We just keep going. We just keep going. Like around here, we could knock off the top and do something else. I'm not really sure though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can I not reach that? I don't think crouching works on stairs. On roofs. Oh, baby. Okay. So, like, obviously we wouldn't use this texture, but, like, that's really the only place that I think we could. Maybe rounding it off would work. Maybe putting like the roof up to there is an option. I think that's what I'm going to roll with for now, and I'm going to put a bunch of the roof on, and then you know what, if we want to change it, it's a matter of adding a point, so I don't think that's a huge deal. So I'm going to roll with this. I'm going to do a bunch of it, and we'll see how it is. Now I know I just said I was going to do a bunch more, and I didn't, but I put some stone at the front, which I think makes a big difference, and I think looking at it, I'm kind of happy with it. Obviously, we got to do a lot of work to the front of this place. Don't even worry about that right now. Yeah, let's just put the roof on. I'm sighing because it's actually quite a lot of work. All right, let's take a little gander. So, I haven't filled in the top yet. Now, the more I put up of this, the more I was like, not 100% about it. But the point also I wasn't terribly impressed by. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where my head's at. But it looks pretty good from in here, actually. I'm okay with it in here. I'm digging the way this is all coming together. I've been doing a touch of work. So these rooms get pretty narrow and dark. I think I have some of the fancy lamps. Wow, I'm getting, I don't know. So yeah, these rooms are a little tight, but that's fine. I don't really know what I want to do with them yet. And then the rooms back here, I can, like everything upstairs is a little tight, but that's fine. I didn't really want these rooms to be huge. I just kind of wanted the hallway effect. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I think this house is slowly but surely coming together. I'm a really big fan of everything that's happening over here. So I think I want to kind of keep that vibe going. I don't really want that. See what I mean? You can turn them off and the light doesn't change. Keep the kitchen dark. Keep the kitchen dark. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next. What do the roofs take? Wood rods, wood slabs. Okay, let's make a bit more of this stone. Did I have some on me? I find it strange sometimes when you pick up items, they go to your inventory instead of to your hotbar. And, yeah, so, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do something and come back. Well, I went and got more weep wood. I've switched over all of the wood to the weep wood, and I think it looks a lot better. I think the weep wood sort of suits it more. And now I'm going to try putting the haunted stone wall across the top, more to see how it looks from inside, more so than anything else. But yeah, now we're just sort of adding blocks to sort of fill out this place. So yeah, interesting. I think the weep wood suits it well. It's kind of a creepy texture and whatnot. So yep. Well, keeping with the theme of short updates of this building, let's do a short update of this building. Got a wall up here. Gonna hide it on this side with something. So that's what I've kind of been doing, is doubling up the walls, because these textures work one way but not great another way, right? Just sort of how they end up working. So yeah, we're gonna, I don't know what's gonna be in this room, but we're gonna hide it. This wall, this is gonna be a big open room. We have the pathway down to the basement here. I just put a red light. I just wanted some lighting so I could see what I was doing. I'm not entirely sure what this room's gonna be. Like a living room of some sort would make the most sense. I'm also thinking about kind of closing it off. This side's already kind of open, so I was thinking kind of closing this off with a doorway or something would be a little bit more appropriate. I put these lights here. I think they work pretty well. Also upstairs, I've been doing a bit of stuff. I closed off the ceiling with stone. I think it's pretty good like this. The one thing I am a little concerned about is this space here is very wide up and open. So I'm kind of trying to close it in. I've been doing these stairs here as a way of closing it in, which has been working fairly well. So I kind of just do one of these. And yeah, it's sort of an easy way to close off a section of this house. I was about to say these houses. I'm like, no, this is the only one I'm building. So yeah, it's not the world's greatest solution, but I think they work pretty well. So you can see, like here, it's a bit more closed off. It feels a bit more natural. So that's what I'm kind of struggling with right now, is how to bridge, that section to this section. Obviously, an attic on top of this would make a lot of sense. So I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. So I need somewhere to put a ladder, and then we'll have another floor. It also means I probably won't be able to finish this today. This is a massive project. I will say that. It is very large. I thought I'd be able to do it because I didn't think much of the detailing. I thought just putting these blocks together, I'd be able to throw up a house and be like, yeah, okay. Because, this one over here, as we take a detour, I noticed my frames drop a bit whenever I look at spawn, so I apologize. I think Fraps is running pretty good, though, which is nice. This one over here, I threw up in like 10 seconds. Well, no, it wasn't. It was like maybe 5 minutes of work for this house, this little church thing, whatever. And I look at it, I'm like, okay, yeah. it's 2 blocks, and you know, it's fine. I like it a lot. I think it works really well. But you know, it's also not the same level as building a house where you're trying to detail it. So I'm not going to be able to finish this today. I'll admit it. I apologize. I wanted to get it done before Christmas. I spent a lot of time on this pathway and whatnot. The nice part is, now that I'm not pushing myself to finish it today, it does mean I get more time to work on the pathway and the house, which means I can up the quality significantly, which means a lot more details, which I'm really excited about. You know, I have this house here. I want a bunch of buildings along this path. I want a whole creepy thing, which is exciting. I want like a whole little, like, imagine like a creepy little town. So we're probably going to have multiple buildings and, well, I don't know about that. But imagine just being able to do this a bit nicer than what I've done it is essentially what I'm talking about. And I think that's going to be really cool. So anyway, I do want to work on this a bit more today though. But just as a way to confess, I apologize. I wanted it done for Halloween. It's not going to be, but that does allow us to make it significantly better, which is nice. The other thing I wanted to kind of talk about is the roof. I think the pointed roof would make more sense, but it means redesigning the facade of this place. I think having it the way I have it now isn't going to work, and I think part of the reason that is because it's flat. And I've been pushing myself a lot recently to learn more about building and whatnot. You know, I think it's just too flat. Sorry, I had to cut. I think it's just too flat. But that's okay. We can, you know, we got some space to work with forward. You know, we got a lot of room to play with here, which I think is cool. And yeah, a lot of possibilities now. Now that I'm not like, because before restricting myself to sort of that time frame meant I had to sacrifice a lot of the ideas I had, but now that I don't have to, we have quite a few interesting opportunities. So let's, yeah, now we have a bit more time, we can do some cool stuff, including there was some machine stuff I wanted to do that I thought could be kind of cool. I will say that does mean that the haunted house isn't going to be complete for Halloween, which sucks. But you know what? I'm not gonna kick myself too much about it. I got a ton of work done today. I thought that was pretty good. So I'm thinking we'll have the roof come out over top of the railing and then be kind of open above this area. Maybe not. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. Also, these carpeted stairs, they're awful. They're like, look at them. The carpets don't connect. There's also like not many carpeted blocks. So they just kind of, like, they were a cool idea, I guess, but they're just kind of awful. So there's that. There's that. I'm just leaving them for now because I'm like, I might as well use them, I guess. But anywho, love this kitchen. I love like the dark ambient creepiness. Yeah. So I guess I'll get a touch more work done. I am running real low on time. Like, you know, it all takes time. It all takes time gathering the materials and placing a lot of blocks today. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is finish up this room and then we'll see kind of, yeah, we'll finish up this room and then we'll kind of have an entryway. So yeah. All right. Now, this is actually probably like 4 hours of work. I'll say that. I'll say it's about 4 hours of work. It was a long time. It was a long time to make this, along with, you know, collecting and doing some other touch-ups. But let's take a peek at what we've got accomplished. And yeah. So we're redoing the facade. Leave that alone in the comments. Don't worry about it, okay? We're going to have a big front porch, and I think it's going to be kind of cool. Anyway, open up these haunted doors. We've got a decent entryway. I'm actually kind of happy with this. We're using this pink wallpaper stuff here, which you can make look beat up and tattered. This side, we've got a dark room. We've got bookshelves, a little chair. I think we could do this in here as well. We've got a chair. We got the bookshelves. I think the red lighting just adds, you know, an extra layer of ambiance to the place. I've just been doing this spontaneously. You know, because, like, you got these different sides. Might as well put some to work, you know? Anywho, that's that room. I'll probably add more furniture and stuff to it. We also haven't put windows on. This is this room, which again, we got the red lighting. There's nothing in here yet, so don't judge it too harsh. We'll probably put some shelves, maybe. I don't know. We have a dining room, which I'm really happy with, except I don't understand why when you turn off the lights, the lighting doesn't update. But I'm really happy with the dining room. I really like the weepwood window back there. I think it's a really cool addition to a dining room. Like, this looks like a beat up room that somebody actually designed, you know what I mean? Which I'm really happy with. We got this creepy kitchen back here, which again looks like a kitchen that would be in a house of this age. Oh, these guys are so annoying. Yeah, what else have we done? A lot. So this is where a wall is going to be. Probably a stone wall. Maybe. Probably a stone wall. I'm assuming that we want a stone wall in this room. And then again, we'll probably do, not that, we'll probably do something like this to just kind of round off the room. And that'll be probably a living room of some description. Probably a door around here somewhere. Kind of close off that room. These old houses, I'm modeling this after like an older home. They often had a lot of closed off rooms. The idea of like an open living room is relatively recent, really. Well, like, I think mid 70s they got really big in California. But anyway, the idea of open living spaces is kind of relatively new. It was very closed off back in the era of like a house that would be like this. Anyway, we've also got a basement, which I think is going to be a large feature of this house. I want this to be a real creepy experience walking through this house. And I think a basement is where you also have a lot of creepy stuff. I'm thinking about doing like a maze in the basement, or maybe like some sort of puzzle with the switches and the electronics, like sort of a puzzle maze in the basement. That was kind of my idea at the start of it, and obviously didn't get enough time to do it right now, but we will do that. Up here, I kind of want to round off the roof, add an attic, and we've got a lot of narrow, small rooms. Well, this is kind of large, but like narrow, short rooms, which again, I think is pretty telling of the era of the house, which is kind of cool. This one I made wrap around the corner just to add some variation to the rooms. You know, this house is very symmetrical, but like I want the rooms to have a bit of variation. And we'll add beds and stuff to these rooms. You know, once we furnish this place, this hasn't been really done much at all up here. We got 2 rooms on this side, though. The other side only had 1. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty neat. We've got a lot of work to do, a lot of furnishing and whatnot, but I really love the way it's coming along. I think this room is going to be where you access the attic. You've also got a pretty cool view out the front. Yeah, a lot of work got done. I'm actually very happy with how much got done today. That being said, there's plenty left to do. Plenty left to do, I would say. But you know what? No complaints. We got quite a bit done. I'm very happy with it. I'd love to hear what you guys say about it. I apologize again. I thought I could do it before Halloween. Obviously, underestimated the amount of time it needs. New front for it, some more innards. I think it's going to be really cool when it's done. And again, this does mean we can add more detail both to the pathway and whatnot. So we're going to be working on this for a bit longer. And I hope that's okay with you guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and you like what we've got so far. Comment what you guys think. Also stuff I can add to it. Furniture that might be kind of cool in here. If you have any idea for blocks to use on sort of the front facade, or blocks that are kind of like creepy in a building that aren't ones I've used already, I would love to hear about that. Subscribe for Creativerse because there's plenty coming. Happy Halloween. Safe and stuff. Whatever. You do Halloween. Don't be a dick to trick-or-treaters. Give them good candy. Don't be that guy that gives them shitty candy. That sucks. Or if you are going out trick-or-treating, yeah, the guy who gives you shitty candy sucks. You can just roll with that. All right. Ciao.